All right, so I'm in conceptstation here, and I'm going to attach my 3SM file that I was given from the context capture. And when I open it here, I can see that this is a full 3SM. And probably the first thing that clues me in that there's an issue here is when I go and place a road, and just place a simple roadway in my model there and reset. I have a problem with clipping. It's not clipping out properly. I'm seeing my bushes on top of the ground are poking through, and it's just not clipping properly. And the reason is because this is a full 3D mesh, and so Concept Station needs just the top ground layer. So to do that, the other thing that clues us in, besides this failure in clipping here, is that we have these ground extraction tools which show up at the bottom of our tool palette. So the workflow here is to click on the ground extraction, place a polygon. I'm going to want to place a polygon just in as small an area as I can, where just where the roadway or the furniture is going to be placed there. So I'm going to place my polygon out here because it's a pretty intensive process there. Let's actually go ahead and include that road. So when I'm done with that polygon, I'll reset and then going to choose the next tool in the ground extraction palette, process ground extraction. And what it does is it allows me to pick the polygon that I just drew there and say OK. Now, while it's doing that, it's going through and extracting the ground elevations. It's giving me some visual feedback as to what it's kind of slicing through there in the 3D mesh. And I see on the dialog up here that I can push the Alt key at any time to accept what it's already done, because it's going to be iterating it through it several times, adding more and more points to that extracted ground. So if I have a very large area and I don't want to wait for the full extraction, and I see that it's looking pretty good from the feedback it's giving me here, I can hit the Alt key to stop that, or I can hit Escape to cancel. But what I'm going to do, just for the purposes of video, I'm going to let it go through the full extraction, and I'll come back when it's done. All right, so after a few minutes, the ground extraction has finished here, and what we can do is come down to the layers and go to categories, turn off that polygon layer there. We'll see that it has flattened out, and we just have the surface of the ground extraction there. And just for comparison, now when we go and we place our roadway in here and reset, it'll place it correctly. It'll clip it fine. You can see as we zoom in, it handles the clipping fine. And finally, if we look on the models tab, we see that it did create the flattened out true ground extraction, and it created a new 3SM file, and it tells us the location of that 3SM file. We can turn off the original, but we can keep that on because that's good, and it's full 3D, so we can keep it there for visualization. But we do have, again, the true the ground surface extraction there now that we've run those tools.